The Ork Beast Snaggas are coming, and they're ready to crump anything that stands in their way. But how will they crump it? And why? Let's take a look at some characterful and brutally effective rules for the Beast Snaggas to find some answers. As diverse and volatile a group of orcs as ever there was, the Beast Snaggas are united by their universal abundance of scar tissue, bionic limbs, and a shared desire to fight things bigger than themselves. The Beast Snagga keyword not only gives these units a 6+ invulnerable save, but also a +1 to hit roll made against monsters and vehicles, which seems like a pretty good starting point. If your army is battle-forged, it can take advantage of this updated Snakebites Klan Kultur. The old ways will dial that already hard-as-nails Beast Snagga survivability up to 11, while also lending further credibility to that most ancient orcish adage, Squigs is good for biting things. Though, as we've already learned, Squigs can also do so much more. Beast Snagga leadership may be a violent and transient experience for most, but Zodgrod Snagga has stood the test of time. The legendary runt herd is more than just a force multiplier for his super runs, although he certainly is that too. Exiled from Orc society for being too nice to his Gretchen charges, there's a reason he eventually found a home with the Beast Snaggas. It looks like runts aren't the only thing that Zodgrod herds, and that's some serious stopping power, allowing a crucial chance for your Beast Snagga boys to chop up their quarry before they face any return attacks. Speaking of the boys, Beast Snagga boys can run in units between 10 and 20 strong, which means they play a slightly more specialized role than ordinary boys. These fighters may mob together in smaller numbers, but they make up for it in brute hitting power. An extra point of strength means their attacks, though fewer, are much more able to break through the hides of anything they fight. What's more, their strength 6 thump guns are much more likely to put the hurt on any heavy infantry that might get between them and whatever they're trying to snag. In the heart of any Squig Heavy Beast Snagga's army, you're sure to find a solid core of Squighog Boyz. There are many good reasons to take them in your army, but before we examine the rules, let's appreciate how great they look charging some Ultramarines. Go on, lads, give them some welly. Tough, determined, and armed to the teeth, these living battering rams comprise a fast-moving cavalry unit designed to get up close and personal. Armed with an arsenal of weaponry, including stickers, bomb squigs, and their mounts themselves, Squighog Boyz and their red friends are unleashing relentless flurries of attacks, and they're perfect for dealing with light vehicles. Power them up with the Monster Hunter stratagem, and for 2 command points, these lumbering symbiotes can take down a far larger prey. We've covered a small portion of what's possible with the contents of the Beast Snagga Army Box, which is available for pre-order this Saturday, the 17th of July. But that should give you some idea of what they're capable of in battle. Keen to flesh out your Beast Snagga army? Make a plan to pick up a wereboy so you can turn your enemies into squigs. Plus, join us tomorrow for a deep dive into Ork vehicles. Goodbye!
Hello, Sydney here, and welcome to the Drunken Ork. So, there's been a lot of news out recently, hasn't there? Something happening sooner or later. I haven't heard of. No, but it basically seems like it because I didn't record the Saturday news, and including Mondays as well, until Monday night with the excellent Clint from Essex Boys on our premiere or pilot episode of That Odd Boys, which is our little collab where we're going to do a monthly vid where we work together on reviews and model challenges, basically whatever comes to mind, like, you know, decent stuff, got some guests on, that's all the usual crack. So if you like that, you know, have a look for that video and keep your eyes peeled. But I didn't get that video out until Wednesday night, which means I haven't done one for Tuesday or Wednesday yet, and it's Thursday now. So, just to buck the trend, I thought since it's Thursday, why not have a look at Thursday's news? Which is what I've just been through there, as you've just watched there with Pathe-Tik. So now we've got the article to go through where we'll look at the rules in a little bit more in depth. So check out these brilliant new Beast Snagga rules before Squig eats them. It's brilliant. Squigs don't even eat rules in digital format. So Beast Snaggas are coming and they're ready to crump. Anything that stands in their way, but how will they crump it? I like mine toasted with butter. And why? Sorry. Let's take a look at some characters and brutally effective rules for the Beast Snaggers to find some answers. And there they are. Coming Saturday. Pre-order. So here we go. The Beast Snagga keyword not only gives his unit a 6+ invulnerable save, but also a +1 hit roll against monsters and vehicles. Yep, that's not bad, to be fair, we'll take it. And while we're on the subject of keywords, we've got here the Snakebites culture. The old ways, so this is the first look at a clan culture. Now, Snakebites get currently a, a 6+ feel no pain and some brave grots. They're pretty much known as having the shitty end of the stick when it comes to clan cultures. But now what they're getting. Each time an attack is made against a unit with this culture, unless that attack has a strength characteristic of 8 or more, an unmodified wound roll of 1 to 3 for that attack fails, irrespective of any abilities that the weapon or the model making the attack may have. Okay, so transhuman on strength 7 and below attacks, or versus strength 7 and below attacks. Alright, that's not bad. That's pretty good. Orcs have just had a toughness increase to 5 though, which means strength 5 weapons are already wounded on a 4+, and now see strength 4, 3, etc. will be less than that. So it's only going to affect weapons with a strength characteristic of 6 or 7. They're quite few and far between, aren't they? Auto cannons are 7, I believe. Shuriken catapults, shuriken cannons are 6. Guardsmen with power fists, 6. I don't know many. So it might be, you know what? If you get an army that's got lots of 6 and 7 strength attacks, like I imagine Eldari, then that's going to be really good. But against other armies where it's like strength 4 and 5, and then it's strength 8. They kind of skip over the whole benefit that you get from this, but still, you know, it's better than a 6-up feel no pain. Each time a squig model with this culture makes a melee attack, if that model's unit has made a charge move or performed a heroic intervention this turn, add 1 to the attack's wound roll. So squig models get +1 to wound when charging or heroically intervening. Yeah, that's going to work well with the Beast Snaggers, the Squighog Boyz and what have you, all those characters on squigs. Yeah, that's pretty good as well, again, for that type of army. But you're not going to be Snakebites and then make yourself a bloody Stomper list or something like that, are you? You're going to be focusing on this, and I think a lot of people will be going to Snakebites because of the Beast Snaggers. So that's pretty good. Let's see, if your army's Battleforged, you can take advantage of this updated Snakebites Klan Kultur. Yeah, the always would dial that already odd as Neil Beast Snagga survivability to 11, blah 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 blah. Squig's good for biting things. And on to Wart Snagga. There he goes. I do like that picture. I like all this fallen statue malarkey. And he's going, look at him. And he's going, is he no one? They're just excited to be out, them two. You know what I mean? So, Squig Stopper. It will start the fight phase. You can select one enemy monster unit that is within 6 inches of this model and roll 1d6. On a 2+, that unit is not eligible to fight this phase until after all eligible units from your army have done so. We've seen this before. To fight last, it's on 2+. It's very, very good. It's only against monsters, which means it's not quite as good. Whenever people mention monsters, I always think just Robot Gilliman. And Tyranids. So against Tyranids, you're laughing. Against Robot Gilliman, yeah, I mean, if ever I've got a mate who plays Ultramarines and I fight him, and he's bringing Robooty along, you girly man, and I'm bringing Zolgrod along to go, pack that in. So that'll be quite good. But yeah, I think we've seen that one before anyway, haven't we? So we'll move straight on to the Beast Snagga Boys. They can run in units between 10 and 20. So that's good. A full max unit in the Beast Snagga box. 20 strong. We can still drop them down to 10 if need be. Yeah, basically, I mean, yeah, they do have a good old punch on them with strength 5 and melee. And of course the thump gun, which is strength 6, as it's shown there. Now, I mentioned in my last video when I talked about the thump gun, it's just like a more powerful big shooter. But of course it's not. because then they released the rules for the new big shooters. And they're different. It's totally different. So it is still a range 18 D3 assault weapon. Strength 6 minus 1 AP, D3 damage. It's got blast. It's got assault D3. Altogether, yeah. It's like is it the M79? The grenade launcher? I'm not mad up on my grenade launchers, mind, but I had that one as for my action man when I was little. I was going to say, it looks like that. It looks like the thump gun. I think they even call it the thump gun, you know. I don't think that's a fantastic new name. I think that's a name that's been used by the military. Maybe it's just the American military. I believe it's them who use the M79 by them. But anyway, that's army talk. But yeah, it's decent. Short range, but it's assault, which is, you know, we know that's a little bit rarer these days. I think I can pack the damage. I mean, it's not going to hit as well. You know, it's orcs, never will. But yeah, it's still quite cool. So next, to the squigs. So here we go. We're sure to find the solid core of Squighog Boyz. Blah, blah, blah. And there they are, charging some ultramarines. Mind, I think showing that picture, for us to appreciate how great they look charging into some ultramarines, I'd like to have seen a bit more ultramarine. And not just, you know, a third of Trooper Kevin here. But anyway. It's a full stat line. So we know movement 10, weapon skill 3, ballistic skill 5. We know strength 5, toughness 6, wounds 3, attacks 3, leadership 6, save 4+, and units of 3 to 6. Now I think that's a good stat line, good solid base. What I have heard people say, attacks 3 isn't that great, but I said at the time, there's going to be more attacks coming. And lo, we have more attacks coming. We've got saddle gates and squig jaws, so that's good. So from this, starting at the top, saddle gate weapons. I'm sorry if this is shaking all over. I just noticed my camera's shaking. I'm going to have to try and sit a little bit still. I'm not at my desk. Apologies. Saddlegate weapons. Shooting. Range 8, assault 1, strength 4, 0 AP, 1 damage. That is the world's shortest ranged slugger, basically. And it's being used by a grot, and it's not getting the +1 to hit. It's not hitting on 4s like they normally do when the grots stick their arm in. But who cares? You know, it's not going to change the world anyway. The sticker shooting. Also, you can shoot with a sticker. Range 12, assault 1, user for strength. Strength 5 though. So, you know, -2 AP, damage 2. So that's up there with heavy bolter sort of profile, apart from the rate of fire, of course. Each time an attack made with this weapon targets a unit within half range, that attack has a strength characteristic of +1, so it goes to strength 6. Oh, within 6 inches. It's a short old range, that, but strength 5 is pretty tasty, so I wouldn't worry about that too much. There we go. Oh, melee now. Saddle gate weapons melee. Strength 3, -1 AP, 1 damage. Each time the bearer fights, it makes 1 additional attack with this weapon. So the grot leans around and sticks his oar in. Strength 3 though, and -1 AP. That's like proper. That's like super grot. That's good for a grot. And you know what? You chuck those out. Strength 3. All right, you might hit your 5, get a wound in on something like another troop, and -1 AP. Yeah. Squighog jaws. Strength 6. -1 AP, 2 damage. No wrong with that. Each time the bearer fights, it makes 2 additional attacks with this weapon, and no more than 2 attacks can be made with this weapon. Okay, so that's an extra 2 attacks. So with a saddlegate, the Squighog Boyz are up to 6 attacks. 5 decent and 1. No, he's trying. And then you've got the sticker itself and melee. +1 strength, which puts it up to 6. Same as the Squighog jaws. Consistent. -2 AP. That's good. Better on a chopper, and 2 damage. Right, so 5 of the attacks are hitting on 3s with a strength 6. AP -1 and -2, depending, and 2 damage. That's pretty good. But yeah, anyway, yeah, spot on. This for me is the main reason for getting the Beast Snaggas. This codex aside, is I want the Squighog Boyz, and I want more than 3. I want at least 6. I might go for 12. You never know. There we go. And lastly, power them up with a Monster Hunter's stratagem for 2 command points. So, when a group of Beast Snaggas corner a monstrous foe, they act with remarkable, almost unorky cohesion, with each mob doing their part to bring down the beast and deliver the killing blow. Use the stratagem at the start of any phase. Select 1 enemy monster or vehicle unit and up to 3 Beast Snagga units from your army. Each time the attack is made by a model in one of these selected Beast Snagga units that targets the selected monster or vehicle unit, add 1 to that attack's wound roll. Right. So it's +1 to wound, but you use it on up to 3 units of Beast Snaggas against 1 target monster or vehicle. If you're facing someone big, like a knight or a titan, then you know that's pretty good. And it's something that you'd have to, you know, plan properly. It's not like I might as well use that. You want to get your units into position and you know, spring the trap and boom, get in there. Yeah, that's not a bad strategy. That's not a bad strategy. And that's 2 CP. I can see its uses, definitely, but it's not something I think it'll get used every game. But it's good to have it in the toolbox. And that's it, really. That's it for Thursday, the 15th of July. It does say here to keep an eye out for tomorrow when we're going to take a deep dive onto Ork vehicles. So I'll look forward to that. Sorry, that's a little snottling in the background shouting away there. 2 seconds. Alright, son, thanks. Cheers, kidder. Sorry about that. Well, as you heard, my tea's ready. So I'm going to go now. So I'll get this video out. Hopefully you'll see this soon. And you never know, later tonight, there might just be another one. Or it might be tomorrow morning, depending on what I have for my tea. And if I fall asleep afterwards, that's what age I'm getting to. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And I'll see you again very soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.